Why, hello everyone. It's a payroll in Excel update for 2023. It's finally payroll in Excel time. That's right, everyone. Look at this pretty payroll sheet. I call it pretty because the red uh, boxes on here are really fun and interesting. Basically, the payroll in Excel program for small business to help you run your own small business payroll. It's a fantastic application. It's not that expensive. It can do basically anything. It works in all 50 states. And I spent the majority of today doing a lot of copy pasting and checking formulas. It's pretty intensive to go through every single one of the state's formulas and bring them over from Google Sheets and adjust formula references and stuff to get all these one at a time. That's right. I did every one of these columns that we are browsing past, that I'm holding down the left arrow button and going through every one of those one by one. That's right. I went through all of them, but because I did that, we don't have to look at Google Sheets anymore. Bye bye, Google Sheets. We're now in just the Excel version. So it's basically ready. Now it's ready if I was going to be completely irresponsible and not check anything over to make sure that I did it right. Well, there's a problem. There's a problem here on December 26th, and I wanted to kind of explain how I'm going to handle this. So the problem is I cannot find a source that is current enough to check 2023 federal rates against and some state rates. I can't actually simulate on any of the websites into 2023 yet that I have found, which means that I can't really check everything over to make sure it's right because I don't necessarily have anything reliable to check it against yet. Now, that doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that we need to do that, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going through tonight every one of these red boxes. This is what's fun about this. The red boxes mean that you have to fill something out. Okay. So like for somebody who's in Ohio, let's assume all these people are using 2020 W4s. This is how you fill out the employee sheet. I did a sample of 50 employees in 50 different states to show you how every single state has different things that you need to enter. It's really cool. Let's assume that all these people are married, every single one of them. Let's assume that everybody's married here. All right. So now we're making all these employees married in all these different states. And what's cool about the Excel file here is it shows you, it says, hey, Ohio. Well, what's the Ohio questions? If you just type Ohio up top here, it'll show you that on this state, the question is, well, how many exemptions on their IT4? Where do you find their IT4 form? It's down here. If you go to Ohio, we actually have links in here to all of these documents. Although Ohio is actually one of the ones that's not updated. That's a sneaky one to talk about. They still have not sent out their, yeah, they're in a different order, right? They're at the top because they're awaiting 2023, right? Yeah, they're right here. So they haven't issued their booklet yet for next year. So that's why they're still one of the two that I'm still waiting for. So well, whatever. Point is it wants to know like how many exemptions go here. That's why it's blue. Like you could enter in something. All right. And then the red means that there's probably a local code associated with Ohio, right? This is how the local codes work. They're all up in here. I need to pull that down. As you can see, I'm checking over the file. I actually need to pull that down. You'll see. Now, when you see this red here, it means find the Ohio code. And what's different in payroll in Excel here is that payroll in Excel, I now have this state abbreviation ahead of everything. It's going to be ahead of the local city or county. It's going to have whatever state it is. And it's also going to be in the filing status one that's over here. For example, for somebody in Tuscaloosa, that is an Oklahoma one, right? Sorry, Alabama. That's Alabama. Alabama people answer some questions for Alabama here, and they're going to ask for a filing status. And you'll see that this is personal exemptions and dependent exemptions for this Alabama employee in green as it's being highlighted. It highlights when it tells you what state titles you're looking at for what questions. It's really, really cool and dynamic if you're doing payroll in multiple states. Then you have to choose the filing status. Notice all the filing statuses begin with the state preface, state prefix. So you need to know that because it's a little annoying. It's not just single or married or whatever. It's whatever the actual filing status is with the state abbreviation ahead of it now. Now we can remove those if you're only working with one state, and I will do that for those of you that are waiting for versions on me, from me tonight. I will do that, and you can just simply do that by removing the states that you don't use from here. and that will shrink the list down immensely. So it is pretty easy to do in the matrix anyway. So it's cool because I'm going to go through all the different states and fill out everything. Arizona has new tax rates here. You can choose your tax rate for this Arizona employee. Anyway, I'm going through all of them, and we're going to test all of them once. And that, if I can, what I'm comparing against will be 2022 rates in most instances. If this looks like it is reasonable and working, and I understand how the change in the federal rates was calculated, it's just a slight cost of living and inflation adjustment. So it's kind of predictable what the withholding kind of should be, even if I don't check every formula to the letter every time. So I'm going to run through all that. And once I'm done with that and comfortable with that, I'm going to send everyone a version that is waiting on when it has paid. And I'm going to just add the caveat saying, listen, I'm going to be doing more work on this over the next few days, obviously, and into 2023, but definitely right up to 2023. And as soon as I'm able to test this against an independent 2023, website like Paycheck City or Suburban Computer, as soon as I'm able to do that, and I'm comfortable that I have done that for enough simulated paychecks, I'll let everyone know that's gotten a file already. Hey, it's good. I didn't find anything. And of course, if I find some errors or something that needs to be adjusted, I'm absolutely going to notify you as soon as I make that adjustment. And I'm going to be working on trying to get those adjustments that I can plan for completely out of the way before you start your payroll in 2023. So it is only the 26th of December. But I'm going to go through because Payroll in Excel is basically ready. I'm just testing it to make sure that there are no egregious errors when I made some adjustments, bringing in all the stuff. And I added some workers' comp rates or some things I've also added into this version. So Payroll 2023 in Excel is on its way, and it's going to be emailed to people starting like tonight and tomorrow, as soon as I run through this. So Payroll should be easy. You can purchase a copy of this by following the links in the description for your small business. They've got this and, of course, the Google Sheets version as well. All right, good luck. Payroll should be easy. We are making it so, and we're almost ready for 2023. We're almost there.